Namaste, everybody. Welcome. I'm delighted to be here with you all today. I can't believe how fast time is flying this year, honestly. To me, it seems like it's going faster than any other time, and it's already mid-August, and we are ready for another round of autumn detox. And today we'll talk a little bit more about why it's important to do autumn detox, especially the detox that Vaidya put together. So I'll share my screen. So today we're going to go over 11 reasons why it's good for you to do detox this autumn. Let's just get started right away. We're doing a SVA Detox, which is a very specific kind of detox, not just in the steps that it entails, in the process, and in the know-how, in the diet. It comes from a special line of teachers and gurus who have timeless, literally timeless ancestry. This is the wheel from the sun chariot in the Konark temple in India, in South India. It's the sundial, but it's very representative of Vaidya's lineage because they are descendants from the sun, of the body of the sun, it says in the Shastras. And it's very significant in terms of the healing that they're able to provide, specifically for skin care and all that. But there's so many beautiful stories and details that we can go into. Vaidya comes from a line, there's different families of Brahmins and they have their traditions. And Vaidya comes from a specific line of Magg Brahmins. They're called Magg Brahmins. And in fact, the word magic and the magi, the three magi, those actually derive from his lineage, from the Magg Brahmins. And the story is that Lord Krishna's son, Sham, was cursed and he had a skin condition, leprosy. And he tried everything to it's Lord Krishna, right? He tried everything to get him cured and he couldn't. And then he heard that there's a specific group of Brahmins who lived outside of what we know to be India nowadays, and that they were excellent at treating skin conditions. And he went, and then they were able to cure Sham's leprosy. And Lord Krishna was so pleased, he wanted them to come to India, and they accepted, and they flew over the Garuda, the mythical bird, 18 families, and they brought their own cooks because eating is important. And they came to India and established sun temples and sun worship and taught Ayurveda. And this is the lineage that Vaidya descends from. And it's a beautiful story, but it's also, when you get to dive into Shaka Vansiya Ayurveda and to learn all the protocols and the details, you understand and you get to experience the magic, pun intended, the magic behind this story. So it's always nice to know, this story because it puts things into context. And Vaidya, on the last conference in 2016, before he left, shared the name of 14 generations of his ancestors. We don't know anything more about them, but it's always nice to see things a little more in detail. It just, it makes things a little more real for the mind. So Vaidya was the last in his line. We don't always understand everything. We understand very little actually in the universe, and even still it's beautiful and wondrous and cosmic. But he was the last in his line in terms of, inheritance. So we are all the inheritors of this incredible knowledge. We all have a great gift, but also a responsibility. And sometimes the responsibility is just us adopting and adapting it into our own lifestyles and becoming the most blissful and balanced that we can be in our own lives and radiating our own life, our own light to others. So don't feel overwhelmed by it, but it's wonderful that you're here with us to share this today. So in that sense, there's quite a few who are dedicating more time and energy to bring this teaching to more in their community, and who have been formally certified and studied with Vaidya and are, helping out with courses. And I would like to introduce some of them to you today. I'm your host, and I met Vaidya in 98. It was an incredible experience, just over the phone for 4 years, and then finally met him in person in 2002. And then he changed my life in so many ways, but he also took me away from what I thought I was going to do with my life and in my life. And I've been, doing Ayurveda since then, even if it just means sometimes not really delving into Ayurveda, but doing, office work or doing other organizational things. But it's been like a great gift and life transforming. And I'm very happy always to be here with you, sharing this knowledge in any capacity. Donalda is an incredible woman that I'm so proud to call my friend. She is brilliant, she's powerful, and she's been doing also Shaka Vansiya Ayurveda since, when did you start, Donalda? Which year? I don't remember. But she has had personal experiences with her entire family. And she has studied with Vaidya. She's been on all his courses, and she's currently working on her doctoral dissertation in Ayurveda and expanding things. And she's going to be doing wonderful things in the future, I know. And she's on board with us on this course to help teach and clarify and just be part of the experience. Maxine is another incredible Shakti whose deep intuition and knowingness always amazes me. And I'm also very deeply touched to call my friend. She's been part of this journey more actively since Vaidya transitioned, and she's been so precious in bringing all her expertise in the educational field, in structuring and organizing all the offerings that we have been putting out there. And she's very funny. She's got an incredible sense of humor. She cracks me up so much. And I'm looking forward to doing a lot more magic with her. And she's going to be with us throughout this course. Maxine, thank you. Shambhavi Kriyaban is like my sister. She was always with Vaidya. She came to Vaidya to help her husband with a skin condition that was pretty difficult. She can talk about it at some point. And then she stayed for the knowledge, and she used to shadow him literally. And sometimes I wish I was in her shoes instead of having to do all the administrative stuff that I had to do to keep things running. But she's an incredible source of beautiful knowledge. She's very fluent, of course, in Sanskrit, and she has an incredible memory, and she can tell you jokes, anecdotes, memories from Vaidya, and she has mastered the knowledge. And you can actually reach out to her for Ayurvedic dietary and lifestyle counseling as well. Shambhavi, welcome on board. We're always delighted to have you. Evangeline couldn't be with us today, but she's literally a firecracker. She has so much beautiful fiery energy, and she gets things done. She organizes things. She just concluded a workshop, an in-person workshop in Canada, in the Toronto area. And she makes Ayurveda so effortless, so easy. But most of all, her passion flows through whenever she is offering any counseling or courses. And you're just going to love her. She's an incredible team member who's also very qualified, and she has studied with Vaidya extensively and worked in hospitals as well, bringing Ayurveda to people. Jackie is another incredible, powerful woman. She's a certified nurse, and she came to Ayurveda late, but you can tell she's been doing Ayurveda for lifetimes. She makes Ayurveda magical. She brings so much beauty to it. And she's able to, she just absorbs the knowledge and it flows through her. It's very inspirational to listen to her. And she does an incredible job helping, even though she's more recent in our group. Whoever has had one-on-ones with her always attests to the fact that she was above and beyond. So it's a delight to have her on board. Our dear friend Carol, oh my goodness, there's so much we could say about Carol, but her resolution and her commitment to SVA in behind the stage and in front is just also unparalleled. She brings such a big set of skills, and she is herself an incredible healer, health coach, and she has many, many strings to her bow, as they say. And she is an invaluable team member for us. She's been doing these courses from the beginning, and we have many offerings lined up for the future. It's going to be a fabulous journey. So these are our team members. There's a few more, and these are the ones that have committed this autumn to help us out and to be on board actively. We have many more lovely coaches as well that we will introduce as the course unfolds. We'll invite Maxine to share with us the inspiration, because she was actually the one. Vaidya put together this protocol, I think I'm going to say more than 10 years ago. And we were offering it for individuals to do on their own. And Maxine took it to the next level, and she started to offer it as a group activity or as a group offering. And it got started from there. And then with everything that transpired and technology, it turned into a Zoom a biannual event. So I would like to invite Maxine to talk a little bit about that for us.
Great. Thank you so much, Melina, Dr. Melina. Actually, it was in 2019 when, we were doing the celebration of Vaidya's life, and it was a 2.5-day event in April. And it was offered online. And because I wasn't able to go to California and actually be at the Prana Center, I had a group of friends. We all met together and they signed up for the course, but I had like a satellite of the course in Grand Forks, British Columbia. And there were, I think, 7 of us that had attended. For 2.5 days, we were together. And during that 2.5 days, apart from, all of the wonderful presentations on Vaidya's lineage and, what he brought to the table, also was taught the Samadhi Marma protocol, the vibrational massage, and the self-care facial was taught over that 2.5 days. And so these wonderful women were just so enjoying that. And when we had break time, we actually, because diet and routine was also talked about, we would make lunch ourselves, in the home that we're all meeting in, and using all the spa recipes to have lunch together as well. When the last day came, people didn't really want to quit learning about spa. And I said, well, it's April, we could do, the spring detox. And I think six of, well, almost everybody that was there jumped on board to do this 7-week detox. And so we got booklets for everybody and ordered the products that we needed. And we just started meeting once a week for about 2 hours. And that included making a lunch so that people could see how they could make the recipes. Because most of the people attending were totally new to SVA and to, how to cook Ayurvedically. And they were at first, most of them, not all, but most of them were just so delighted to do it one pot meal because they could, get that around in their brain how to do that. But by the time we got to the end, many of them were happy to do 2 or 3 dishes for a whole meal. And so all of that was so important. And I think the other real important thing was that they had all learned that samadhi protocol and the vibrational massage or protocol, that's now linked with the EMF course. And without any, conscious thought about that, we talked about, doing the pH testing. So we did pH testing as well, when we would be getting together and talking about sharing experiences. How did it go that week with your detox and what problems did you have? And of course, the booklet had incredible knowledge in it. And so every week we focused on another element of the knowledge, much like what we do when we actually, do our online course. So it's just pretty amazing. And of course, with our online offering now, our total virtual offering, it's so amazing because those of you that have been in previous courses know that we have a SVA Ayurveda teachable site, and it's got so much material, both with videos with Vaidya, talking to us, as well as print materials and other protocols. Like, it's so rich in knowledge. If you want it, it's there. If you're doing the basic bare bones, you just need to follow, the protocol for the 1.5 day. Basically, you start the night before detox, and I know Donalda's going to go through that a little bit later today, or just talk about that a little bit. But all of that knowledge was at basic bones was contained there, and now we just have such a richer portfolio of knowledge that everybody can be involved with. So anyway, as this ended up, first of all, we had that wonderful satellite grouping. So there was that presentation at the Prana Center. I think that was the first time we actually did the satellite, where I had a kind of a fairly large group sitting like thousands of miles away, listening and interacting. And then we would interact within ourselves, when it was the break time or the lunchtime and things like that. And you know what? That was just a really wonderful way to be able to bring this Ayurvedic knowledge, to more people.
Yes. Thank you so much, Maxine. And you can see how it grew so organically from your end. And it's always beautiful to listen to this story. And I love the point that you made about, we don't alter the content because it's Vaidya's content, but we have improved so much on the way we have structured, and we've been offering the course over the past 5 years. It keeps getting better every year, and it's going to be the best this year up till now. So thank you so much for that sharing, Maxine. I'm gonna move forward so that we can go into the presentation quickly and then open our Q&A. So to go over the basics of what a SVA detox entails for those of you who are not familiar, and also to bring to everybody's attention that we launched on Vaidya's birthday just a couple weeks ago, our own SVA Ayurveda podcast station, which I'm so happy about. We wanted to do this earlier, but it's great it happened on Vaidya's birthday, and we have wonderful recordings already uploaded, and we're going to keep uploading things. It's a bi-monthly thing, so it's every other week, and there will be Vaidya, there will be Dr. Tattlebaum, and in the future we will have many other teachers and educators as well. We will be creating new content, talking to many of you. But today I want to play for us 5 minutes from this talk that Vaidya gave as an introduction to detox, and it will help us understand and see where you're headed in this autumn detox this year.
Welcome to the SV Ayurveda podcast, where we share knowledge from the Shaka Vansiya Ayurveda lineage, taught to us by Vaidya Ramakant Mishra. Learn about the subtleties of both the physical and vibrational body, and how this knowledge can help you live a happier and healthier life.
Somehow in my personal lineage, my personal family, they never liked that heavy metals introduction to the purity of Ayurveda. That's why you might have hearing whenever you are introducing yourself as a Ayurvedic practitioner, people are asking, how much heavy metal do you use? You must know that in India, it's illegal to add lead, arsenic, mercury in a formulations, and a lot of formulations are being sold illegally there. We study in the Ayurvedic college, in the Ayurvedic university. Nothing illegal about it. If you talk against heavy metal, I will be in trouble there. Because that's legal thing. If I'm saying I'm anti-heavy metal, I'm talking something illegal. Yes. So that's the difference, main difference. And then that's why I'm introducing myself, because you will see 4 kind of toxins. Yes. I don't think that any other lineage is talking 4 kind of toxins. Ama, Amavisha, Garvisha, and Indra Bajra Vijanya Visha. Visha means toxins. So when you see this slide, 4 kind of toxins, you will say, what nobody is talking about Garvisha, from where you got this knowledge? Believe me, all the knowledge is there in Charak Samhita. It's a matter of what you are practicing. Why people are not talking about Garvisha there is a reason behind it. It's not that this is not meant that they don't know it. They know it. But they are not talking about it. Do you know why? Because all those heavy metals are Garvisha. All those heavy metals, why they use that? They use heavy metals because it's the fastest vehicle. You put mercury in anything, mercury's molecules are traveling in the body so fast. Any herb you put with mercury, it goes to the DNA like a fastest, supersonic jet. And you see the results. Big line of the patients. Let's work to make the medicine, because what we do, we preserve prana. We preserve prana of the herb. That's why we are talking about prana, and you will see the new definition of prana also in our lineage. So whole process of preserving the Soma, Agni and Marut is there right from the collection of the herb. Collecting the herb from the right season, in the right season, from the right source, when it is ripening, all those things. Because if there is no prana, I cannot make these transdermal creams, because what is there? Prana is there. All my nectar drops, or even your food, even the turmeric which we sell, main thing we do, preserve the prana, not going through the heavy chemical treatment, and So that's the difference between Shaka Vansiya Ayurveda and contemporary Ayurveda. That's why you see here the four kind of toxins. Ama, Amavisha, Garvisha, and Indra, Bajra, Vijanya, Visha. If you want to detox yourself, first you have to know about toxins. Either you want to prevent yourself from the toxins, first you have to know the culprits out there. You want to prevent, first you have to know what culprits are there. And first you know them, then how they entered your body.
These are some of the basic, very crucial details that we learn in this course. So in this course, as you're doing detox, you're going to learn a lot of Ayurveda, and specifically Vaidya's lineage, Ayurveda. So here are the 11 reasons. I'll go over these quickly because we want to open the floor to your questions so we can answer them. But number one is you will learn a lot of Ayurveda as you detox, not just in terms of having acquired knowledge, as something practical that you can use when you're not detoxing for the rest of your life, basically. You are going to learn the what, how, why, and when of self-administered detox. And you will find yourself maybe applying and doing some of the principles that you will pick up during the detox at other times of the year, not fully, not in order to initiate a detox at other times of the year, because you don't want to do that. We only do detox in the spring and in the fall, because that's when we have Ritu Sandhi. It's the transition from one season to the other, from winter to spring and from summer to fall, that is very conducive for allowing the body to let go of toxins, and important for boosting immunity so you don't get sick either in the spring or in the fall. So we will talk a lot about that during our course. So our detox, so number one reason is our detox is not an organ flush. You're not going to be flushing your gut or doing anything to your liver. It's not a fast, which is fine to do occasionally. But not in this case. You will be eating a lot of delicious things. It's not a commercial cleanse with herbal supplements that you take in order to expect a certain result. It's not a colon cleanse or hydrotherapy. And most important, it's not panchakarma, because panchakarma, there's a lot of reasons why, but we get the gist of it and we do it safely and effectively. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is we heard about the 4 toxins. Just knowing that there's such a thing as 4 toxins is a game changer. Usually in mainstream Ayurveda, I call everything else mainstream Ayurveda. Usually they talk about ama. If you have a problem, you go to the doctor. They're like, okay, we're going to do this and that for your ama. But it's a game changer when you know that there's 4 kinds of toxins, not just one. And because when you know what type of toxin it is that's causing whatever condition that you are experiencing, then you will also know half of the, challenges already addressed. You will also know what protocol to follow and what to give and what not to give. Whereas if you're only sticking with ama and going with protocols for burning off ama and removing ama, you can end up giving the wrong protocols. So just understanding what these 4 toxins are, and also knowing how to address them, and you're going to find out what that means, is already, a big game changer. Because these toxins follow or come through specific margas or pathways, and they do stuff to that pathway when they're coming in. And again, in Vaidya's lineage, we talk about the shrotas, the physical channels, but also vibrational pathways or channels. And another very important keyword that you're going to become familiar with is prana, not just as the breath of life, but as a very practical thing that you will be dealing with on a daily basis in many aspects. You will understand a little more in a couple of slides. So knowing what the 4 toxins are, how they entered, which pathway they used, so that you know how to evacuate them, because you can't evacuate vibrational toxins through the physical channels and vice versa. So in this course, in order to help you address all of your toxins and give you a full detox, you will also learn the EMF vibrational massage to address, the EMF toxins that we are all making now, sitting in front of our screens and, sharing this beautiful knowledge. Because, Vaidya used to say also, even I have to use it. I have no choice, but then there's things you can do and we just have to make a little effort. So that we have added as a complementary, part of this course, the EMF vibrational massage. Reason number 3, understanding what the difference is between the vibrational and the physical. This is something also very new and very unfamiliar unless you've studied with Vaidya. It's an incredible, new vista of Ayurvedic knowledge that you will never have suspected. And it will really transform you. And it also makes room for you to be able to understand and incorporate more of the gentler technologies that SVA Ayurveda offers, such as, the use of mantras for healing organs, and most importantly, the use of marma. And we'll talk about that in a couple minutes as well. Reason number 4, eliminate fatigue and body aches by learning how to take care of your shrotas. This is something that I have never seen any other, Ayurvedic practitioner address the way Vaidya has. The shrotas are such an important element of our overall health. Even if you don't have a chronic condition, just not feeling upbeat or happy, even though everything is good around you, has to do with your shrotas, the health of your shrotas. And the very ancient mystical text, the Shiva Svarodaya Swara Yoga, says, Shroto Mayo Purusha. The whole body is nothing but shrotas, so you can understand what an important thing this is. And for Vaidya, he made Shroto Shuddhi tea, Shroto Shuddhi masala. We also have a Shroto Shuddhi massage oil, and everything we do addresses the shrotas on one level or another, either alkalizing them, lubricating them, and also binding and neutralizing the hot and reactive toxins. Reason number 5, we bring in more bliss into our hearts and minds through the vibrational channels. So we know now the shrotas are such an important aspect of our health, but the vibrational channels are even more. They're the plus, the channels plus. So how to know how to manage our nadis and what to do to them and for them is a very mystical and essential aspect of the SVA teachings. It's mystical in the sense that it's completely inspiring, and you never suspect there's so much knowledge in that field until you do it. But they're very much, Vaidya gave us very practical tools. So, and in this context, we are also offering the Samadhi Marma course, which is it's like quite a valuable course, but it's complimentary as part of your package when you sign up for the detox, and you will learn all the foundational knowledge for marmas and how to do Samadhi Marma for mental and emotional health. Because when we're doing the SVA Detox, we also care about the happiness of the heart and the mind. It's not just a physical detox. Reason number 6, what is the relationship between prana, food, your mind and heart, and overall health? And this puts the spotlight on prana, which is the foundational teaching of SVA Ayurveda. You're going to find out what it is. All about prana, because without prana, there can be no proper detox nor proper rejuvenation. Detox and rejuvenation are 2 aspects of the same coin. You cannot do one without the other. But according to the SVA lineage and to Vaidya, you cannot do either one of those unless you are also addressing the proper flow, circulation, and elimination of prana. Because atato prana kamiyam rasayana padam vyakyas. Prana is maha rasayana. Prana is not just the breath of life. Prana is not just, that abstract, flow of life. It is maha rasayana when you harness it, when you know how to bring more of it into your nadis and into your life. And we offer, this is the course that will be part of your detox protocol also. We have put together a wonderful, short video to give you a taste of what to expect. And I'm going to play that next. for us.
This body is the city of Brahman. Within it is an abode in the shape of a lotus. And within that, there is a small space. One must search within this space and earnestly desire to know what is there. The space in the heart is as big as the space outside. Heaven and earth are both within it. So also fire and air. The sun and the moon, lightning and the stars. Whatever in this world exists or does not exist, all rests within that space, in the embodied self. Re-enliven the flow of cosmic prana into your heart lotus, body, and mind through the use of marma points in order to achieve a state of blissful samadhi, as taught by Vaidya Mishra.
So Ayurveda is a tool to help us manage our body so that our minds can get the full experience of cosmic bliss. This protocol of Samadhi Marma was put together by Vaidya based on the Shastras with his knowledge, deep knowledge of the Shastras, so that it can facilitate, no matter what practice you have, whether you do Vipassana or transcendental meditation or any other meditation, it will prep your body and allow more prana to flow in, keep your channels open so that your mind can transcend more easily. So it's a very beautiful protocol, and we are offering this as part of the course as well. Reason number 7. Doing proper detox, inviting more prana into your physiology and getting rejuvenated boosts your immunity. There's no other better booster for your immunity, especially when you're, facing stress and other disruptors during your day. When your immunity is boosted, you can steer clear from any diseases. Reason number 8. And this is a very important thing. We tend to think of taking a bath as, a casual thing for relaxing, but it's such an important tool for detoxing, especially if you have hot reactive toxins that cannot be detoxed in any other safe method. Vaidya used to recommend this a lot to clients who would have, a lot of amavisha or other conditions, and they would get better even as they were relaxing and enjoying themselves. And bathing also helps us move stuck emotions and thoughts that can, become obsessive. The sutra says, Deepanam Vrishyanamayu Snanamo Jobalam Pradam Kandu. Well, I won't read that word, it's too long. I'll skip to the translation. Deepanam, bathing increases metabolic and digestive fires. Its Vrishyam increases the 7 tissues, especially the reproductive tissue or shukra. Its Ayushyam increases longevity. Its Nanamojo, it increases ojas. Its Balapradam increases stamina. Kandumala It takes away itching and malas, toxic wastes of the skin. It's Shrama, it removes fatigue. Sweda cleans the sweat. Tandra removes drowsiness. Trida makes you strong. Daha, burning takes away the burning. Papmanutanam cleanses physically and vibrationally, meaning it takes away bad karma. So you see, it's a very important aspect of our detox. And that's why Vaidya made so many different bath pouches to suit your physiology, also the time of the year. Like, for example, in the fall, it's good to do it with the pitta pouches or the wild amla pouches. And you can do a bath before sleep as well. Reason number 9, curb your cravings. This is everybody's, hidden monster. It hits you when you least expect it, and then it takes all of your good resolutions and your hard work and trashes everything in just the space of a few minutes, and it's so hard. You will understand why you crave things and what you can do to help mitigate that craving. For example, if you're craving sweet and creamy things, it means your body is craving for more soma, and it's good for you to have some protein, easy to digest protein. If you're craving salty and crunchy stuff, it means you have some heaviness and sluggishness in your shrotas. You need to balance your klidaka. And there's so many things you can do instead of reaching out for those chips and other spicy stuff that you'll regret. If you're craving spicy and sour, again, your body's telling you need more Agni. And there's beautiful sour things that you can eat without aggravating your pitta. You can reignite your Agni without aggravating your pitta. So in this course also, you will learn about the 3 categories of the foods. This is Vaidya's. He was such a funny man, and he used to say that there's 3 categories for food. There's intelligent food full of prana, dumb food that has intelligence but has some preservatives, and then there's dead food that's full of preservatives, but it's also probably leftover, it's been frozen, you're going to reheat it, and then so we'll get more in depth about those to help you make the right choices. Reason number 10, we do it all together. It's can be sometimes heady knowledge, but we've made it so it's not overwhelming. And you will learn. The first time is a little, maybe, because you're still discovering everything. But we're all here to answer your questions, to share our experiences. But you also get one-on-one with our SVA educators. You get to ask them any questions, any doubts, anything that comes up. So it's not, whatever comes up, either good or bad, along the way, we are here for each other. So another thing is that during this detox, we are also doing some journaling, which will help you, stay on track and release and let go of some mind and heart or emotional patterns that you might be trying to also address. So while you're addressing the physical, it's nice to do some journaling that can help you release that aspect of things. Reason number 11. So this is what you've probably always been wanting, meaning a reset for yourself. There's different times or points in the year where you feel you need to take a break, you need to just, change things. And this is your chance. Ritu Sandhi, when there's a transition from one season, from summer to fall, or from winter to spring, this is the best time, not January. January is the worst time. That's why everybody's always failing at their New Year resolutions, because nature does not support you. Another thing you will learn in this course is when to do what, because, like so many ancient cultures knew and valorized, there is a day and time for everything. It was, it was put that way. I love that quote from Ecclesiastes that says, there's a time to plant and then a time to harvest, which are obvious things. But in our own lives also, there is a time to detox and to let go of things. When you do it at the right time, then you're successful and it empowers you. And then you become healthier, happier, and then you can accomplish more. So you will learn about all that. You will learn about, detoxing on the full moon or no moon. We'll talk about, Ekadashi. We'll talk about, all kinds of wonderful details like that. But most of all, you learn to realign yourself with the cycles of time in general by going through this detox. And so these are the 11 reasons we thought we would highlight for you. But one more point is, when you go through this detox process, even if you don't do it 100%, like even 85%, 80%, however much you can, you may see that you will have improved digestion, assimilation, and elimination, better sleep, more energy, stamina, mental clarity, and you will feel better overall. This has been our experience. It has been the experience of all who are coming back, and we have quite a few repeat students we love having. It's like a family that, keeps reuniting twice a year. So at this point, I will actually invite Donalda.
So one of the things that when we're thinking about detox, like what does this really entail? And so I'm just going to go quickly through what a typical detox day looks like. So basically, this program is set up for a 7-week detox. And what happens is that you'll have some protocols that you follow throughout the week, and then you'll pick one day per week for a detox day. And let me see if I can get this moving. Yeah, here's, so just to recap what Dr. Melina said, there's some things that we're going to do. So basically, we're going to be locating the toxin. We're going to bind the toxin. We're going to lubricate and protect the channels of elimination and circulation so that these, if they're heavy toxins, they're not going to burn or damage something on the way out. We're going to keep the channels of elimination and circulation open. We're going to supervise the toxin exit, making sure that these toxins really do leave. Because the one thing that happens a lot, and Vaidya mentions this, frequently when he's talking about detox, is people loosen up the toxin, but it's not eliminated. So what happens is it roams around your body and then it settles in somewhere else. And sometimes it's even a worse place than it was before. So we want to make sure that these toxins are eliminated. We're going to balance the physiological, the emotional, the intellectual, and spiritual heart lotus that was talked about in the video. Rasayana is things that that balance and elevate us. And so we're going to clean, we're going to lubricate, and we're going to balance the spaces left by toxins. Because we all know if you leave a space, something's going to fill it. So we want to make sure that it's filled with something that's balancing and something that's going to enliven our nervous systems. Now, if there's an empty space, it could easily be filled by another toxin, and we just don't want that. And then we're going to have some weekly routines and to keep our liver cool. One of the things I always used to say is don't torture your liver. And so we'll be talking about that throughout the course. How to keep our channels open and clean, and how to water our heart lotus, or basically how to maintain our emotional equilibrium through it. So we have two choices, and we're going to have a diet and routine throughout the week. Then on our one-day detox, we can choose between a detox cleanse, and we can choose between the Blissful Sunday or Surya Vrat detox. Both of these are excellent. I've done both of them, and one is not better than the other. it really just depends where, you know, how much control you have over your detox day. So for the 1-day cleanse, it's basically a day and a half, because you start the cleanse the night before. So before you start the cleanse, you're going to download, and you're going to start using the Samadhi Marma protocol. Before the cleanse, you're going to view and download the home detox fall checklists and all the written material. And then you're going to organize yourself a quiet day with no driving, with very little, if any, technology. And you're just going to start a week or a few days before, and you're going to start reviewing the recipes in the detox. And you want to, we've already talked about the 4 toxins. So one of the things you want to do is that you're going to be cleaning out toxins. You don't want to be putting any in. So you want to make sure that you're not taking anything that's got chemicals in it, more EMF, you know, that kind of thing. So we just want to kind of make sure that our lives are, you know, we're imbibing things that are pure. The other thing to mention too is we want to make sure that we think about what we put on our skin, what we put on our hair, because the skin is, you know, a huge organ. And basically anything we put on the skin, it doesn't go through the digestive system, doesn't go through the liver. And so whatever we put on our skin goes directly into our bloodstream. So we want to make sure that we're not putting chemicals or harmful things on our skin. So you're going to begin following your checklists the night before. And then the day of, you'll be following the meal plan and the routine of the day. After that day detox, you'll be attending the webinar. And if you can't attend it, you can view it later. You're going to be meeting with your SVA Detox educator on a weekly basis and talk about whatever it is that you need to talk about. And then you're going to record your experiences. So this is one. So you can see that you pretty well have to have it quite organized, because it's got to be a quiet day. You can't be driving around. You can't avoid technologies. And for a while, this is something I just could not do. I had children at home, and it just wasn't something I could do. So what I did was this one, and it's called Surya Vrat. Surya Vrat. And so basically the same thing, you're just going to go through and download everything. But you're going to organize a quiet day, and this can be with family. If you want to get your children, your other people helping you cook and making these things, it's really, really good. So you can do light driving if you want to go and spend some time at a park or whatever. You want to, if you want to, and if you can prepare a little bit ahead. But basically, you're going to be preparing your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. And anything that's low activities with easy responsibilities. And like everyone else, you'll have your weekly protocol that you'll be following. Plus, you'll be attending the webinar, meeting with your detox educator, and recording your experiences. So, so those are your 2 choices. And so one is an easy day and one is a very quiet day. And either one is excellent. So what to do next? Like, what do you want to do next? So if you decide that this is something you want to do, then I would highly recommend that you register today. That gives you time before it starts on September 7th to, you know, book a discovery call. You're going to have a discovery call with your SVA educator, and they'll design something for your detox box that will be sent to you by mail. You'll be able to go on to Teachable and register and take the Samadhi Marma course and the Home Detox Fall courses. So there's lots of material to download, to print off, and you can just start going through it. And this gives you time to start going through your diet, going through your routines, you know, your soaps, your shampoos, your makeup, whatever it is that you put on your skin, and to the best of your abilities, start to move it towards something that's toxin-free as much as possible. and, start to prepare for the course that starts on September 7th. And the sale for the course ends at midnight on September 6th. And it's a fun course. I've done it many, many times, and every time it's a new experience. And I'd really like to share it with you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Donalda. Okay, so here is some more details about the course. The early bird rate of $12.88 ends at midnight on September 6th. The $12.88 includes products, and we can go over that if anyone would like. We can send you more information. After September 6th, it is $15.88. This rate includes the products and also your one-on-one with your educator, as well as all the sessions and access to all the online materials. And access to the online materials you will have for the next year. So there's a lot of stuff there. Like if you noticed, Donalda was saying you will have to download things. And it includes also the Samadhi Marma course, and which comes with also the Samadhi Marma set of the roll-ons, Ashoka, Arjuna, Brahmi, Tulsi, or Prana Flow. All those who have already done the detox course, you come back. We welcome you with open arms. We'll have more fun, and you only have to pay a small fee, and you can contact us for that.